I would like to call this meeting of the Wesleyan College Alumni Association to order. Please stand for the procession of seniors, candlelighters, and the platform committee, and join us in singing the words to the processional supplication found on page 7 of your program. Please be seated for the invocation. The flowers on stage today are in memory of alumni who have died since our last annual meeting. They include Trustee Emerita and recipient of the Valeria McCullough Murphy Alumni Award, Eleanor Adams Scott Lane of the class of 1958, Francis Bruce Van Horn of the class of 1953, who passed away this week. She was alumni director at Wesleyan College for 17 years. Many of you know her. She was a living legend. And Wesleyan's 22nd president, Dr. Robert K. Ackerman. Welcome back to Wesleyan. Welcome home. Y'all look good. There is nothing quite like being back at Wesleyan for an alumni weekend, and there is nothing at all like the procession of classes. So welcome. Coming back to Wesleyan is an opportunity that we have to get to know each other across classes. You come back, seniors, you'll learn, you come back with the same group of classes for alumni weekends throughout your time as an alum. We were at Wesleyan during different eras. We had different traditions, we had different class cheers, different class songs, but there's something that's uniquely Wesleyan that transcends all of those differences. The bond that we share is amazing. Thank you all for being here to help us welcome into the Alumni Association a very special class. The class of 2023 is one of the two classes that spent half of their Wesleyan career in some shape of a pandemic lockdown, whether it was virtual classes or hybrid classes or something else. So their experience is yet again very unique from that we had. But there's energy in the air around here. The seniors are an amazing group. If you were here a couple of days ago, or if you've looked at any of the social media posts from the college, you know that we now have Wesleyan flags flying on College Street again. I've driven down there 3 times. It's wonderful. And by the way, College Street was named for Wesleyan. I cannot wait to see what is in store for Wesleyan as we continue in our long tradition of educating women to take their place in the world. And now I'd like to recognize Trustee Betsy Bunty from the class of '68, who will bring greetings from the trustees.
Good morning. As a member of the Board of Trustees, I bring greetings to this glorious gathering of alumni in 2023 and say once again, Hail Wesleyan. In making notes for this occasion, I remembered what Winston Churchill once observed about any public speaking event. What you say should be like a woman's skirt, long enough to cover the subject, but short enough to be interesting. Thank you very much. This woman sitting behind me has brought new meaning to the phrase, hit the ground running. Ever since she arrived on campus last July, our new president has everyone asking, where in the world is Megan Blight today? Because she's everywhere. This Energizer bunny who keeps going and going and going has brought renewed excitement for Wesleyan to Macon and beyond. She's even traveled to India twice already. Does she ever sleep? I want to go no further without giving a shout out to the 3 men in President Blight's life, her husband Kyle and her 2 sons, Jake and Cole. How grateful we are that they said yes when she said yes to Wesleyan. Oh, and we hope that Ruby and Walter, your dogs, will also come to love Macon. Without a doubt, Megan has won the hearts of Wesleyan's faculty and staff, the student body, alumni, and the Macon community. When she flashes that dimpled smile, it's easy to fall in step behind her if you can keep up with those spiked heels. When she set foot on our Rivoli campus, things began to happen. She has met with current students, prospective students, faculty, the mayor of Macon, the Chamber of Commerce, WMAZ, high school principals, CEOs, people in Washington, and well, the list goes on and on. Do you know that Ethiopian proverb, where a woman rules, streams run uphill? Are you sure you're not from Ethiopia? Since I think everyone already knows of Megan's accomplishments at Huron in Canada, I choose now to look forward to her tenure as Wesleyan's 26th president. Just this past Wednesday, we celebrated her installation, and what a grand occasion that was. At my church, when a new pastor is called, we have a ceremony of ordination and installation. Included in this event is a charge to the congregation. So today, I'm going to challenge you, Wesleyan alumni, with this charge. We all want Wesleyan to grow and thrive and flourish well into her third century of educating women to become leaders. To succeed in this endeavor, we acknowledge that we should bind ourselves in partnership with our new president. Therefore, today, I would like to charge you, Wesleyan alumni, to pledge your faithful support to President Blight. Will you encourage her? Will you pray for her and her family? Will you pray for God to give her wisdom and discernment? Will you caution her not to burn her candle at both ends, to take time for rest and renewal? And will you tell her your Wesleyan stories? A long time ago, when I was a student here, I had a small scholarship, a loan, and a job in the date parlor. Catherine, you have a caller. It's Walker Johnson again. What I owe Wesleyan is more than just a debt of gratitude. Because Wesleyan invested in me, it's my turn now to invest in her. Because Wesleyan invested in us, it's our turn now to invest in her. Because you treasure your Wesleyan experience, I hope you will do what you can to underwrite the future of our college and to support the vision of our new president. President Blight, as your love for your new life in Georgia grows, we hope that one day soon we'll hear you say, although I'm not from the South, I got here just as fast as I could. Please join me now in a standing ovation to welcome Wesleyan's 26th president, Megan Blight.
Wow, thank you, Betsy. And thank all of you so very much. First of all, I would be remiss if I didn't take this opportunity to embarrass one of our students. Daisy, happy birthday. This is just such a pleasure. I've been looking forward to this, well, for a year. So this time last year, I was in the process of interviewing for the job, and I was watching the live stream, watching all of you and all of this, trying to glean as much as I possibly could about the place to then use to convince you to give me the job. So thank you. The greatest predictor, there's a characteristic that is the greatest predictor of success. There's one characteristic above all. It's not your SAT scores, it's not your IQ, it's not your, God-given talent. It is grit. It is perseverance. It is stamina. The ability to commit to something over the long term, to love something deep enough that you stick with it. That grit, and that's tested. They've tested it at West Point, they've tested it in marketing teams, they've tested it in spelling bees. Angela Duckworth talks a lot about this. And that grit is what is going to set you apart, and as I said, the greatest predictor of success. And when I think about, developing grit, it's around growth mindset, right? It's around the fact that you never give up. You see every failure as an opportunity to learn. You understand that your mindset is not fixed. You can always grow and you can always learn. So how do you develop grit? How do you develop growth mindset? You can be coached for it. And that's what we do here. In our classrooms, in our conversations, in the mentorship that happens between each and every one of you. And that's what makes this place so special. It's natural. We're developing grit in young people who are going to go out and change the world. And that's what brought me here. I am absolutely committed to this type of education as a women's college in the South, and I got here just in time. Because I believe that we can accelerate equality through the development of grit, perseverance, growth mindset, through the coaching that happens between generations of women supporting each other and honoring one another. So, with that, I would like to talk a little bit. We're about to do the candle lighting ceremony, which I'm very excited to see in person for the very first time. I wanted to thank Virginia Wilcox for the class of 1990 for being this year's chair. This is such a great tradition as you formally welcome the graduating seniors to your ranks. What I love to see is the amount of family that comes out to this event. So, can I ask that all of our seniors who have relatives lighting their candles and those relatives to stand, please. I'd also like to tell you that we have a Wesleyan first among the group. We have a male graduate here for our candle lighting ceremony, James Koenig. Who's that? Where is he? MBA 2011 is here with his daughter Rebecca. Let's give everybody a round of applause. So thank you for continuing to champion Wesleyan and your families and for generations. I know that our alumni are one of the greatest assets that we have to this institution, and we are so thankful for your dedication and your support and your contributions, both in your time and your talents and your treasures. I look forward to hearing about our Alumni Award winners coming up, and thank you very much, and I'm so looking forward to seeing all of you this weekend. Today, please join us at the chapel where you can ask me anything at 3:30. We'll do a session there, and of course at the Horse and Around happy hour. Thank you.
President Blight, could you stand again? Sorry. I would like to give you a gift on behalf of the Wesleyan College Alumni Association on the occasion of your first Alumni Weekend. We look forward to supporting you as we all move forward together. Now, if you would turn to pages 14 and 15, you will see that we have two very special faculty members who are retiring at the end of this year. Francis De La Rosa, after 25 years of service. Francis could not join us this morning. Nadine Cheek, class of 1979, and my friend for a long time. Nadine is retiring after 26 years of service. Nadine, could you stand so people can? I can't see. Nadine has shared her considerable vocal talent with the Wesleyan community for decades, dating back to when we were all here as students. She's inspired students and colleagues and community members. She has actively promoted the music program through her work with the concert choir and the Wesleyans. The Wesleyan and Macon communities have benefited tremendously from the wide breadth of musical skills that she has shared throughout the years. If you were at the concert last night, then you were able to celebrate with her and with the reunion Wesleyans who performed with her under her direction one more time. Nadine, please know that the Alumni Association will make a gift to the music department in your honor. We will also make a donation to the art department in Francis's honor.
Good morning. My name is Abby Smoke-Lasinski, and I'm a Red Class alumni of 2001. So happy to be here with you all today. And today I stand in honor of my friend over here, Miss Melanie Filson-Lewis. I did not go to a party last night. I'm here to present the Kathy Cotsey Snow Award for Distinguished Service to Wesleyan. True, faithful, and loyal describes Wesleyan's most vested daughters. This weekend, we celebrate one such, and Melanie Filson-Lewis from the class of 1993. As she celebrates her 30th class reunion this weekend, she is also nearing her 30th wedding anniversary. And as a Wesleyandy, Tom is credited for unwavering support of Melanie's continuous involvement with Wesleyan. Thank you, Tom. Together, Melanie and Tom have nearly raised 4 children ranging in ages from 17 to 23. In their community, Melanie has served on school councils, booster clubs, coordinated vacation Bible schools, and led her United Methodist Women's Group, and all while employed with Bank of America, where she serves as a senior vice president and is approaching yet another 30-year milestone. It's a true wonder she shared her talents with Wesleyan all the while, but that she did. Melanie served on our Alumni Association Board of Managers for 15 years as treasurer twice, president-elect, president, and past president. As president, she worked behind the scenes to facilitate sound fiscal decisions and perhaps most significantly, ensured all alumni voices were heard and respected during the difficult discussions surrounding class names. Besides regular monetary donations, Melanie has devoted countless gifts of service. In 2011, Melanie was awarded the Wesleyan College Alumni Representative Award for her many recruitment efforts. She helped initiate Bring Your Daughter to Wesleyan. Many of you participated in that. And she was a part of the Wesleyan First Award rollout. Melanie was an active E-Link representative and participated in many house parties to plan her reunions. You've seen Melanie's crafting talent on display as well, as she made the embroidered class flags for alumni weekends and coordinated the effort for the current class signs. Her handmade quilts have been raffled at Wesleyan Marketplace, and she participated in the mask-making challenge during the pandemic. This persistent and relentless giving of herself to promote Wesleyan's legacy is invaluable to our Wesleyan sisters, and so it is with gratitude that we recognize Melanie for her distinguished service to our alma mater. Thank you, Melanie.
Yes, I'm the wind beneath the wings, right? Okay. My name is Elizabeth Lilly. I have the pleasure of presenting the Distinguished Service to the Church Award to my friend Carol Bacon-Kelso. At Wesleyan, Carol Bacon-Kelso, affectionately known as Bacon, was famous for her inimitable sense of humor, theatrical talents, and ability to bring happiness to those around her. Who could forget how she upgraded washtub playing to a fine art? She entertained us as Red Lobster in a stunt and reigned glamorously as the only homecoming queen with a 1961 red Dodge convertible. By the way, she posed on said car for her senior portrait on the top of the hood. From Wesleyan's, Carol's path has taken her on a spiritual journey to Thomasville, Georgia, where she lived for many years. She has lived for many years there. Still living. I'm so glad she's still living. Okay, she raised 3 beautiful children wherever they are in the audience. One came from Colorado. She acted in community theater. She presented a baking show in Thomasville called Two Broads on Broad. That's the main street in Thomasville. And she's currently the host on Thomasville Today TV. She continued her spiritual journey nearby in Moultrie, Georgia. She has been to the West Bank of Palestine, to the island of Cyprus, and soon to Germany, where in every place and varying contexts, serving the church and sharing the bounty of God's love. Father David, the rector at Trinity Anglican Church, Carol's home church. I'm not going to tell you what he really said. Okay. Says she has a true servant's heart, active both behind the scenes and in upfront leadership roles, as she serves humbly and willingly, full of love for God and for others. Now, a list of Carol's works in the church, community-wide and globally, does not adequately capture her dedication to God, depth of scriptural knowledge, or the grace with which she serves. She serves not for her own glory, but to honor God. Carol radiates pure joy because she loves the Lord and completely trusts Him in every aspect of her life. Recently, a former Wesleyan professor, our own special, Miss Mitchell, where are you? AKA Dr. Beverly Mitchell, described Carol as a remarkable woman of unusual talents. You can, take that for what it's worth. Good. All wrapped up in this character of deep, unwavering faith and love. She shares generously and unapologetically through selfless service. Truly, Carol exemplifies Colossians 3:17. Do you know this one? This is a quiz. No, I'm just kidding. And whatever you do, in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Giving thanks to God the Father through Him. She is most worthy to receive the Distinguished Service to the Church Award. I'm sorry.
Good morning. I'm Mary Catherine Borland, class of 2004, and I am this year's Alumni Weekend Chair. I hope everybody is having a wonderful time and will continue to have a wonderful time through the rest of this weekend. We've planned a great weekend for you, and if you will take your program, if you will look in the back of it, is your schedule of events, so please refer to this. I'd like to highlight the rededication of the Candler Building will happen this afternoon at 2:30, and we invite everybody to come to that, as well as going to hear Megan's talk in the chapel, as well as an alumni favorite of Springtime in the Arboretum with Dr. Ferrari, before closing out the evening with the Horsing Around Happy Hour, and then I hope you all have wonderful class parties. We have many alumni and student volunteers to thank for making this weekend possible. Please see their names listed in the program on page 2. Thank you, Helen Ann Richards, class of 80, and Nadine Schick of 79 for planning a great concert last night. Thank you to Michael McGee, our college organist, for playing for this ceremony today. And a special thank you shout out to the Alumni Office, Advancement Office, and student volunteers for their many hours preparing for this weekend. Thank you to Virginia Bowman Wilcox, class of 90, for chairing candlelighting this year, and the junior marshals for all your help. And to the troop of alumni volunteers who have stuffed packets, created name tags, flags, and other countless tasks. These volunteers were led by the fearless Judy Whitaker, class of 75, who I would be remiss not to call out with a special recognition. Thank you, Judy, for your tireless efforts. We're so grateful. Thank you, class of 73, Grand Marshal Ann Thornton Reynolds and Linda Brown Walker. A special recognition to the incredible 50th Reunion Committee, led by co-chairs Linda Brown Walker and Ann Thornton Reynolds, for the work that you did to bring your classmates back to campus to celebrate their 50th reunion. Thank you, Ernst, for running the Porter Auditorium Tech last night, and for the concert and for today's meeting. We never get to say good thank you to our backstage people, so thank you, Ernst. But, okay, before I do our roll call, I would like to recognize the alumni who have traveled the longest distance to attend reunion. We actually have 3 alumni who have traveled internationally to be here. So would Beth Johnson, Susan Toller, and Nanette Coco please stand? And we have a small gift for y'all. Beth has traveled from England, Susan from Mexico, and Nanette from Costa Rica. So, all righty. Again, thanks to the many reunion class chairs and committees for their hard work. Please see their names listed in the program. So, here comes the best part. Will the reunion classes now stand as I recognize your class? Okay, celebrating their first reunion, the class of 2022. Celebrating their 5th reunion, the class of 2018. Celebrating their 10th reunion, the class of 2013. Anybody? Celebrating their 15th reunion, the class of 2008. Celebrating their 20th, the class of 2003. And celebrating their silver 25th anniversary, the class of 1998. Celebrating their 30th reunion, the class of 1993. Celebrating their Jade reunion, the 35th reunion class, 1988. Celebrating their 40th reunion, the class of 1983. Celebrating their 45th reunion, the class of 1978. Celebrating their 50th reunion, the class of 1973. Celebrating their 55th reunion, the class of 1968.
Wait, what time is it?
Celebrating their 60th reunion, the class of 1963. Celebrating their 65th reunion, the class of 1958. Celebrating their 70th reunion, the class of 1953. Is anyone here before the class of 1953? Okay, then we had 3 alumni who were registered from that class. But Ms. McDuffie, if you will please stand, you are our youngest alumna attending Alumni Weekend, and we have a small gift for you. We would also like to give a shout out to all you non-reunion alumni who are attending and celebrating, and we ask you to stand. We hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. It has been so great being together, and we look forward to having a great rest of the weekend. Hope y'all have a great rest of your day.
Good morning. I'm Jane Manley Wheelis, and I'm Golden Heart from 67. Here's some gold out there. I am the member at large for development for the Alumni Association, and it is my privilege to give the Wesleyan Fund report by announcing the top 3 classes for amount given and participation percentage among the classes celebrating reunions this year. This is a time to celebrate the generosity of our alumni. So if you hear your class announced, please feel free to wave and cheer and create all kinds of foolishness, which I know you're perfectly capable of doing. The top 3 classes for percent of participation, and I will start with the 3rd place class. That's the class of 1988 with 25.68% participation. Class of '88. In second, the class of 1968 with 29.78% participation. I know you're not shy. And the class with the highest percent of participation is the class of 1973 with 51.61%. Now for the amount of giving, and this is staggering, I must say. In 3rd place, the class with the largest dollar amount, 3rd place, is 1963 with $126,715.70. Class of '63. Awesome. And the second largest amount is from the class of 1958, with their donation of $237,137.76. And just hold on for this one. The top class for the largest amount is the 1968 class with contribution of $307,275.94. This year, as you know, is the 50th reunion for the class of '73. The class has contributed $58,705.07. Every penny counts. Right? To name 2 columns on the newly renovated Candler Alumni Building. Additionally, they have given over the past 5 years $237,881.07. Thank you, class of 1973.
Good morning once again. This time, it is my honor to present the Distinguished Achievement in the Profession Award. To Miss Laura Tolley Pipard, class of 1998. As an experienced psychiatric nurse practitioner and leader for 20 years, Laura has served as the Deputy Director for Treatment and Prevention at the Washington-Baltimore High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Program since 2019. According to her employer, she is an accomplished and dedicated professional with great compassion and intellect. Laura's life has been a record of achievement, culminated to date by her recent election by her peers to serve as the president-elect of the American Psychiatric Nurses Association. After graduating from Wesleyan, Laura earned a master's degree from Boston College, her Doctor of Nursing Practice degree from Columbia University, and her Doctor of Philosophy degree from George Mason University. Laura Laura is committed to using her skill set wherever God leads her. Since 2019, Laura has been called to work with substance use prevention and treatment through her role with the Washington-Baltimore HIDTA, a grant-funded program out of the Office of National Drug Control Policy, a component of the Executive Office of the President. In this role, she oversees regional treatment and prevention initiatives and has developed and implemented a family-focused treatment model titled Catalyst to screen and treat youth with substance use disorders and their caregivers. In 2020, Laura launched and continues to serve as the director of ADAPT, a national training and technical assistance division to support the integration of evidence-based strategies for substance use prevention into communities identified as high-intensity drug trafficking areas across the country. She also provides technical assistance services for a federal grant program focused on overdose reduction in high-need regions of the U.S. Laura has received several awards and honors, is well-published, and was recently invited to serve as an evaluation expert for a special prevention project at the United Nations. The outstanding work that Laura does makes a difference not only to people with substance use disorders and their families, but also to practitioners and executives. Most importantly, her work provides hope for a healthier and happier future. Congratulations, Laura.
Hello, I'm Anna Cornelius Martin, class of 2004 Green Class, and I'm here to present the 2023 Young Alumni Award to not only an amazing person, to a fantastic alum, but an amazing sister friend, Mrs. Shanita Douglas Miller, class of 2006 Purple Class. Shanita Douglas Miller's devotion to Wesleyan was initially demonstrated by her involvement with the core of the college's student body, the Council for Judicial Affairs and SGA. She was a well-loved student and took pride in making genuine connections with her Wesleyan sisters and engaging in sisterhood traditions. As a part of serving in these capacities, Shanita, who we affectionately just call Nita, ensured that every student was fairly represented, a unique ability that allowed her to connect with and to see the very best in everyone. After graduating from Wesleyan in 2006 with degrees in international relations and French, Nita traveled to France to teach English as a second language through the French Embassy's TAPIF program. Upon returning to the country, Shanita continued to serve in education and taught French at the International School of Louisiana. After earning a master's degree in leadership and human development, she then transitioned to nonprofit leadership, where she worked for notable organizations such as the Alzheimer's Association for Girls Incorporated. And after 10+ years in this field, she finally retired from nonprofit development and started her own business called Black Girls Guide to Atlanta. And this is a social media platform that serves as a consultant that provides women-owned and Black-owned businesses an opportunity with digital marketing, content strategy, and social media engagement. Today, her social media platforms have a combined of 75,000 followers. Beat that on Facebook. And she has supported more than 100 businesses. Her talent in creating influential platforms resulted in her being voted Best Self-Atlanta Top 40 Under 40 Inspiring Innovators in Atlanta, and being named one of South Downtown Atlanta's Women to Follow, among many other accolades. In addition to her professional career, Nita has served Wesleyan for nearly 20 years, 20 numerous ways, including president of the Atlanta Wesleyan Alumnae Club. Shout out to Peggy and everybody. Vice President for Educational Enrichment on the Wesleyan College Alumnae Association Board of Managers, a stunt judge, baccalaureate marker speaker, admissions and alumni office volunteer, and has provided internships to Wesleyan students. Nita also has a part-time job, and I'm being facetious, of being a devoted wife, a devoted aunt, and a devoted daughter. Shanita's story serves as an inspiration to a new generation of Wesleyan students that success comes to those who walk in their own purpose and remain true to their very core. In this, the Wesleyan Alumnae Association is very proud to recognize Mrs. Shanita Douglas Miller with the 2023 Young Alumni Award.
Morning, I am Teresa Lawson. I am the member at large of nominations for the Alumni Association. Before I read the slate of nominees, I want to ask all the current and former members of the Board of Managers to stand. Thank you all for serving on our Alumni Association Board. The slate of nominations are Member at Large for External Affairs, Denisha Starling, Class of 2006. Member at Large for Development, Jane Manley Wheelis, Class of 1967. Member at Large for Alumni Relations, Susan Wheelis, Class of 1995. Member at Large for Diversity and Inclusion, Naja Webb, Class of 2013. And Member at Large for Student Relations, Vita Oliveris, Class of 2002. And Alumni Trustee nominee, Leah Roberts, Class of 2008. I will ask that these nominations be accepted, and no other nominations have been received.
It's hard here sometimes. So now we need to take a vote. So all in favor of the slate as presented, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? It carries. I would like to say congratulations to our new board members and to our outgoing alumni trustee board member for the past 8 years, Lisa Akins-Flora. Is Lisa here? Don't think so. Thank you so very much for your service and dedication to the Wesleyan College Alumni Board. And now I would like to invite
Be very afraid when I become president, because I forgot that we had to vote for that. I'm sorry, Jan. I'm here also to present the Ruth A. Knott Scholarship for Leadership to Miss Daisy Daniels, Class of 2025. Daisy. A Macon native, Daisy Daniels has been involved with campus life since the day she set foot on this campus. She is a true servant leader whose interests reflect her generous spirit and heart and her love of God. Some of the organizations that benefit from her leadership include the Wesley of Macon Baptist Collegiate Ministry and Mulberry Street United Methodist Church. She participates in WOW a Day, is a senator on SGA, serves on her stunt committee, and has time for track and field activities, surprisingly. She makes blankets for Wesley Glen Ministries, works with Rise Against Hunger meal packing at Vineville Methodist Church, and volunteers with the Centenary UMC Food Preparations Community Food Big Fridge. Daisy is also a scholar with a 4.0 average. How in the world? Whose name appears on the president's list. Accepted into Wesleyan's nursing program, Daisy would like to serve as a traveling nurse after graduation and serve in smaller rural communities that need help. For her outstanding leadership ability and potential, for her scholastic achievements and honors, for service she has given to the community and to Wesleyan, especially as a leadership role model for first and second year students, and for upholding Wesleyan traditions and ideals as a class leader. We are so very proud to present the 2023 Ruth A. Knox Scholarship for Leadership Award to Ms. Daisy Daniels, class of 2023.
Good afternoon. Everyone in this room knows the magic of Wesleyan sisterhood and the connections we share because of our common experiences. And sometimes we realize that a friend and colleague who does not fit the 30 credit hour definition of Wesleyan alumna is in fact our sister and should be recognized as such. While the bar is high, and this does not happen very often, just a dozen or so times in our long history, I am overjoyed to introduce to you the newest honorary member of the Wesleyan College Alumni Association. Denise Welch Holloway is a Wesleyan treasure, having served the college as an assistant to 4 presidents with remarkable grace, style, and diplomacy, and she is still going strong. Her work ethic is legendary. Whatever is necessary to ensure that everything goes off without a hitch. She welcomes guests with warm hospitality, produces magic with flowers and creative tablescapes, solves problems with her soothing, calm manner, decorates rooms and entire buildings, and generally sets the standard for excellence in everything she does, whether one is a student, alumna, staff or faculty member, trustee, or visitor to the campus. Denise makes your Wesleyan experience special. During our 15-year partnership, I marveled at the range of Denise's skills, from planning and carrying out spectacular special events, to decorating Bradley House at Christmas, selecting paint colors, flooring, and fabrics for Taylor Hall and Pierce Chapel, managing a busy office, greeting visitors and soothing anxious callers, preparing important reports and presentations with precision and creativity, and always, always anticipating what I needed and then finding a way to meet it. Quite simply, Denise made me a better president, a much better president. Here's just one example of the kind of person Denise Holloway is. During a meeting of the Board of Trustees last October, I realized the hem of my slacks was unraveling and might come out completely, heaven forbid. I called Denise from the Corn Center and asked if she had some tape that I could use for a short-term repair. She did, of course, and I told her I would stop by her office on my way to lunch to get the tape. But Denise insisted on coming to me, and in just a few minutes, she was there with not just any tape, but double-sided tape, so that nothing of the quick fix would show. And she was wearing casual clothes, having interrupted her supervision of some important repair work at Bradley House to help a friend. That act of kindness is not in Denise's job description, which is the case with many of the contributions Denise makes behind the scenes that help Wesleyan shine. That act of kindness and all those quiet contributions come purely from friendship, loyalty, and love. Those are the qualities I most admire in my beautiful friend Denise. And those are the qualities she shares with the entire Wesleyan community. Denise Welch Holloway is a blessing to all who love Wesleyan College. That Wesleyan way we talk about, with style, grace, attention to every detail, and understated elegance. That's really 25 years of Denise's way, and we are all the beneficiary. True, faithful, and loyal, check. The exemplary Wesleyan woman, check. Selfless, talented, beloved, check. She has it all, and we are so lucky that she is ours. Please join me in welcoming Denise Welch Holloway to our sisterhood as an honorary alumna of Wesleyan College.
Now I'd like to ask all current and former award recipients to please stand so we can applaud you. Seniors, these are Wesleyan Women of Achievement in whose footsteps you will soon follow. And I have to say something that I should have said earlier. Betsy, on behalf of the Alumni Association, we accept your challenge and your charge. Seniors, I am so grateful for having had the opportunity to meet so many of you over the last months. I hope that you will make Alumni Weekend a part of your regular plans in the future. It's even fun on non-reunion years. If you live in Macon, I hope to see you around campus a lot in the coming months. These women sitting around you, along with a few thousand more, look forward to getting to know you, getting to know your plans and your hopes and your dreams. You have made lifelong friends in the 4 years you've been here. We can all attest to that. And you will make many more as you get to know the rest of us. I wish you all the best of luck as you head to whatever is next for you. Thank you. That worked just fine an hour ago. please stand and turn to page 8. Everyone is standing, yes, all right. Platform, please stand and turn to page 8 for the reading of the Benson Charge. Alumni of Wesleyan, to our alma mater belong 2 distinctions, that of being the first college chartered to grant degrees to women, and that of being the oldest alumni association. When did the alumni of Wesleyan first meet on campus to organize this association?
In 1859, a group of Wesleyan graduates met, elected officers, and drew up a constitution. They planned to meet every 3 years on the college campus.
What was the purpose of this organization as stated in this constitution?
To revive the friendships formed in our girlhood, to enliven the future by the prospect of reunions, to form a nucleus around which many shall unite in the future, to furnish food for thought and probable reflection, as well as to contribute to the strength and prosperity of our alma mater.
And that today is still the purpose of our association. You of the class of 2023 who are about to join the band of 9,800, whose privilege it has been to spend their college years on the Wesleyan campus. Remember that the privilege has been granted to comparatively few persons. Remember that, as Emerson said, large advantages bind you to larger generosity, and you owe it to the world to give to others the best that is in you. Do you, members of the class of 2023, accept the responsibilities of the alumni of Wesleyan, pledging yourselves to keep always burning the love which was kindled here during your student days? Seniors and candlelighters, I charge you, as did Catherine Brewer Benson, the first graduate of Wesleyan, speaking to the class of 1888 when they were seniors. Members of the graduating class, demands will be made upon you which were not made upon us. Your training, if you are true to it, will amply qualify you to meet those demands. No wiser blessing could I wish for than that you may be true to every God-appointed work.